I'd like to bring this meeting of the Mayor and Town Council to order on Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, Worcester County Government Center, boardroom, room number 1102. Take a look at our agenda for the evening. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated. All right, we'd like to start off the meeting with a proclamation recognizing May 2025 as Building Safety Month. And if Aaron Fluke would come forward as our code and building zoning official. I'll just stand right here. Are you ready? Okay. Proclamation May 2025 as Building Safety Month in the town of Snow Hill, Maryland. Whereas the mayor and council of Snow Hill, Maryland are committed to recognizing that our growth and strength depends on the safety and essential role our homes, buildings, and infrastructure play, both in everyday life and when disasters strike. And whereas our confidence in the resilience of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas these modern building codes and standards include safeguards to protect the public from hazards such as hurricanes and snowstorms, tornadoes, wildlife fires, floods, and earthquakes. And whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of our community's largely unknown protectors of public safety, our code officials who assure us of safe, sustainable, and affordable buildings that are essential to our property. And whereas Game On, the theme for Building Safety Month 2025, encourage us all to get involved and raise awareness about building safety on a personal, local, and global scale. And whereas each year in the observance of Building Safety Month, people all over the world are asked to consider the commitment to improve building safety, resilience, and economic investment at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided to us all by local, state, federal, territorial, and federal building safety and fire prevention departments in protecting lives and property. Now, therefore, I, Janet T. Simpson, Mayor of Snow Hill, Maryland, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Building Safety Month. Accordingly, I encourage our citizens to join us in appreciation for the dedication and commitment of all the professional agencies and individuals who labor hard to keep us safe and protected in our personal and employment structure. Proclaim this 13th day of May in the year 2025. Attested by Rick Pollock, Town Manager, and Janet T. Simpson, Mayor. So, thank you very much. Council, do you want me? Okay. Okay, next, we have a citizen spotlight, feeder project for Goats on Goat Island by students of the Worcester County Technical High School. They could not make it this evening, so we will put that off until, another meeting. Okay, all right, so they can be here and inspect it. Okay, number 5, approval of minutes. Okay. As you can see, we've been very busy in April. We've been working on the budget, and this evening we have an ordinance for the budget for 2026. And you can see here that we have work sessions from April 1st, 8th, regular meeting on the 8th, work sessions on the 14th, 17th, 22nd, and 29th. I just want to say to our staff member, Candace Ringaneri, we do appreciate all your hard work on these meetings. Are there any additions or corrections? Or if you have sent them to Candace prior, please let me know now.
No, I thought it just won't move. No. Thank you. I approved the minutes with corrections sent to Candace for April 8th work session, April 9th regular meeting, April 22nd work session, and April 29th public hearing work session.
And Candace, you have received them, correct? She's going to send them?
Yeah, she's gonna
You're gonna send them, okay, okay, great.
I showed them.
All of them.
Showed them to her, okay, all right. Any others? Councilperson Lee? Councilperson Lumpkin? No, okay. Do I have a motion to accept all the minutes that are listed on the agenda?
I would like to make a motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I hear no opposition, so all the minutes are passed. Going on to the treasurer's report in your packet. You can pull that up. And we'll take a look at that. Okay, does the treasurer have anything to report from the treasurer's report?
Yes, I would like for you to read us our balance and to give us explain on the septic and leach gate.
So the ending balance in March, $1,162,115.44. And at the end of April, it's $4,092,520.70. Before I address the septic, I just want to make note that under red speed in the revenue, you see $40. We really have, I think it was like $5,000 that we received electronically, but we hadn't posted it in the April report. So it will probably show twice that much in the May report. I just want to make a note of that. We have
Okay.
received that funding. The septic 3060. Again, this is a similar thing. The $473 we've received, 307 of that. So there's about $236 is acetate. And then we've also received 500 of the $1,070. So it's another account that owes $500. She said she was going to mail that May 12th. So we have 2 accounts. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get both of them. So we should get both of them.
And if Melissa doesn't mind, can she explain the water store? Please.
Sure. The water.
make sure I have these updated numbers. At the end of April, for over 30, that is over 30 days outstanding from the time of pay is $33,854.74. Are over, which is, and the over 60 is $16,345.58. And let's see, and the over 90 is reported at $50,654. Oh, above that, sorry, is the $41,022.19. I did, however, just run these reports. So the over 90 is a collection of anything that's over 90 days. Those are usually properties that have been cut off, that are getting ready to go to, that are either in tax sale or going to be going to tax sale. Are over, so it is down, let's see, our over 90 was down $5,000 from March, but I just ran the numbers before I got here today. And as of today's date, it is down. This report is showing it at, I'm sorry, 41,000, and when I read it today, it's at 35,000. So, like I said, those are collections. I did run the counts. Many of those are shut-offs at 90 days, they're definitely shut-offs. Or in this, gets tangled a bit, but a lot of those 30, 60, 90s, 30s are usually people that are delayed with pay, right? 60 days, we're more looking at people that are on payment plans. And that's where, you know, the 90 days, it's also people that are gonna be, they are definitely late on their bills, but if they have set up payment plans, you know, we don't want to shut off people with their water, so we can either not offer that, or we're gonna have some kind of balance that's sitting on there. We do like to have the collection down, but I was referring back to Gene Holloway's report, and we have a 98% collection rate, which is really good. Looking at these numbers, it looks really big. It is big, but we're trying to work down on that and stay consistent with our payment plans. But if we are to offer that, we are going to have some outstanding balances. I can print out a report that shows some accounts, and if anybody is wanting to reach out to their constituents to see if they want some help or if there's some aid, I'd be happy to print out those accounts for you.
Thank you.
That's all. Questions? Yeah. Any other questions, from the council? No? Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Do I have a second?
Sorry.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the treasurer's report is approved. Town manager's report. Mr. Powell.
Thank you. I don't really have anything to add to my report, other than I would like to take the opportunity to congratulate some of the council members Fletcher and Lumpkins on their landslide victories.
Yeah.
It won't be actually official until the end of the month, and then on the June 10th meeting, I believe it is, they will be installed in office and officially begin their new term. So again, congratulations. Public made a very wise choice in both cases.
Yes, yes. All right, good. Okay, department reports, go through them very quickly. Economic development, anything to add?
I don't have anything to add. I just wanted to highlight that we did have our public hearing with the county commissioners, and there was one commissioner that was absent, but otherwise there was a unanimous vote to donate portions of property along Bank Street for our Bank Street Promenade project.
Yeah.
So thank you to Worcester County, and there's been a lot of time and effort from multiple departments that have gone into this project. So thank you to staff.
Well, thank you for all your hard work, making sure that happens. So it was pretty amazing and a real high for all snow melt. Thank you. Any questions of her from council?
No.
Good. Okay, code enforcement. Mr. Flip?
Nothing to add other than at the end of April, we received the final inspections and inspection from the fire marshal for the Dollar General Market on 503 South Church Street. We are awaiting the final inspections on the gravel wetlands that were installed to help with stormwater management and the final as-built drawings. But they're looking at opening that store probably sometime around the 25th of this month.
That quick,
That way.
okay.
They've already started to store some of their product in the property. They've been cleared through.
I'll have that.
Yeah.
Wow,
So they'll be receiving their, as soon as they turn in those, we'll be receiving their certificate of occupancy.
okay. Council, any questions for Mr. Flip?
Are they gonna be selling any kind of tobacco products in that store?
I did not know if they will or won't.
Because, Maryland, there's some code that says that you can't sell within a certain range of a high school.
Correct. Usually it's either 200 to 500 yards. I'm not specific on that right now. I can look it up where you get to that information.
Okay.
Any other questions? Public Works, oh, did you have something?
No.
Public Works, Mr. Barfield, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Mayor.
Any questions for Mr. Barfield? Water and wastewater, Mr. Welk.
Yeah, our Willow Street lift station, we had a pump failure this month. We had a brand new one on the shelf. We were able to put that in, keep the lift station running. And the other thing, we had our second round of PFAS testing at the wastewater plant, and we're still awaiting the results.
Okay.
So,
All right. Council? Anything for Mr. Welk? Grants Office, Mr. Bissett is not
He's ill.
this evening? Okay. Any questions that Mr. Pollitt could answer for grants?
I can add that, we've been invited to attend a session tomorrow, Junior Achievement in Salisbury, hosted by a solar, grant company or agency, that is exposed or presenting opportunities to apply for grants for solar energy. I was thinking I would go and attend and see if there's any possible connection to the wastewater treatment plant to, look at some solar panels to supplement our energy.
Wow, that sounds like a great idea.
Requirements there. We were pitched that it could save as much as 20% on our energy bills. So
Wow.
something was certainly worth looking at.
Yes,
And it would be a grant application, but, it's first come, first served. So we want to make sure we get in and see if it's something that we can make use of.
okay, great.
Mhm.
Sounds good. Mr. will you just give you the microphone so we can hear his question?
Yes, Mr. Fowler, can you give us an update regarding the comprehensive planning grant for comprehensive?
We are still waiting for we've been approved for a grant to hire a consultant for the comprehensive plan. We're just now waiting for the paperwork from the state so that we can be released to start soliciting RFPs or RFQs from potential bidders to do that work. We understand that we need to have that step taken before we're able to officially solicit business.
Okay, Julia Egg Purnell Museum, Mr. Pollock, can you?
I can share that, as recently as last week, you and I have met with, parties, designed to, come up with a plan to put the Julia A. Purnell Museum back on its feet as an attraction, a tourist attraction for the town and the region. We've been talking, I don't think it's any secret that we've been talking with Furnace Town about some sort of relationship, not an acquisition or even an official merger of some sort, just to maybe combine talents and get some assistance from them to transition the Purnell Museum into what it used to be with a full slate of activities, always open. Right now, the museum still is open by request. People can call the number posted and request a tour of the museum, and the directors will be happy to take people through. But I feel that we are getting very close now to a structured arrangement with some help that
Yes.
might get us back in operation this summer.
Yes, I do too. Thank you.
Rick, I'm meeting tomorrow with the Maryland Coastal Bays. I don't want to go into, because nothing's tied down, but there was a person who was born, who lived in Snow Hill, that has a national reputation and have done some outstanding work for the Marine and Coastal Bays area, and born in Snow Hill. And when I talked to the persons who are in charge of this association, and I'm not going to talk about who it was until we come out and let me know. But it's something you just said that interested me again. It was the Julia Purnell, because when I spoke to them about possibilities of recognizing this person who has some leverage, bringing that awareness in Snow Hills as a tourist attraction, all that good stuff. The stuff that came up to me was Purnell, the museum. Would they be interested in this? I know you can't answer that at this point, but why I raised it some time ago when you talked about the Purnell Museum and organizing and making the transition. I asked to be a part of that. May have forgotten a lot of stuff that's in the way, but I would like to also get plugged into what's taking place with them. So as when I, and with anticipation, bring this group back to hopefully mayor and council, I will have some really solid idea of what's taking place on here. I think that's what's going to happen, and I haven't said anything about it because I want to wait until, but we're having this meeting tomorrow. I'm going to guilt that Lily also and see what happens, but I would like to be plugged into what's taking place with the Missouri. You said you're meeting with the group. I would be interested in joining.
Noted. All right, police department, chief is out on duty. Mr. Pollock do you want to add anything to his report?
No, I don't have any additional information to add to it.
Okay. Any questions to take back to the chief from council?
No.
That's one.
No.
No, okay. Okay, fire department. Chief Creech isn't here. Do you have any questions from his report, council? And you haven't heard anything to add, correct, Mr. Pollitt?
Not specifically about the fire company, but I think I'd like to share this.
Okay.
Since last year's fire at Tyson, we've been trying to establish a relationship with the new management at that facility. And I can happily report that I've exchanged emails this week with the new manager there, and he's made himself available to sit down with us to talk about anything of interest between Tyson's and the town of Snowville. So as soon as we can make those arrangements with calendars, we have that step to go forward. And we've still got it in our mind that we want to have some sort of exercise to bring closure to that fire incident last year. We've never really been able to sit down with the public and talk about what happened, why it happened, what's been done to prepare for, a safer operation going forward. So it's our anticipation that we'll take the new manager up on his kind offer and sit down and try to get some sort of a public information out that will kind of bring that whole thing to a close and establish a new relationship between the town and the company.
Yes, I think that's a great idea. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. All right, and Snow Hill High School. Mary Ann Rutsler, do you have anything to add or anything you want to highlight this evening?
Nothing to add, but I do want to highlight that, on May 19th is our senior car parade that goes through town. So
Okay.
please come out and, celebrate the, like, half of us that are actually gonna be out there. Please, we would really appreciate it.
Okay, do you know what time that starts?
It starts at 6.
6.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Anything else that you would like to highlight at all? When's graduation?
The 29th.
29?
Yes.
Wow, May.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Snow Hill first this year?
No, Decatur's the 28th and then we're the 29th.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Mom, you happy about that? It's gonna be real hard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know this is your last meeting with us, and we just all want to tell you how greatly we have appreciated you being part of our team. And you have done an excellent job. Your reports have been outstanding, outstanding. And I know that you are a part of Snow High School also, and that you participate in all kinds of activities. You're such a well-rounded student, not only in drama, but what else? What else does she do? Everything, right?
Let's
Pretty
see,
much.
3 honor societies.
Okay.
Yeah. That's, I manage softball.
Cheerleader for all 4
Cheerleader
years.
for all 4 years.
Captain. And she was the prom queen.
And prom queen, and prom queen. Oh, my. Well, she does it all, but again,
4-H for 8 years and Girl Scout for 12.
wow. Wow.
I'm
Well,
proud.
I know.
Let's give mama a hand. Mama.
Yeah, well, farewell, it's sad, but, you've done wonderful, and I'm hoping that, I just talked to, your principal, and he said that he's going to have another student lined up for next year. And he wants this partnership to continue, and he's been very happy with it. So, we're glad to hear that too. So maybe we can get together for lunch someday and celebrate.
Sounds
So is
good.
that good? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
She has committed to, where have you committed to?
We're committed.
Christopher Newport University down in Newport News, Virginia.
Oh, great. And you, have you decided what you want?
Forensic psychology.
Forensic psychology. Oh, I
We'll
love
have
that.
plenty of work for you.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. Let's see, what else we have here? Okay, we're going to unfinished business now. And ordinance number 2025-06. An ordinance to consent to the assignment of Sandpiper Energy Incorporated franchise agreement, second reader. So do we need to, Ms. Howarth, do we need anything else to add to this, or?
No, this is fairly simple one. Recall that the Sandpiper Energy, has assigned the franchise to one of their other entities. The original agreement allowed for the assignment, but you won't need to bless it because the original franchise was by ordinance.
All right. Okay, do I have a motion to accept this ordinance?
I'll make a motion to accept the order.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Ordinance number 2025-6 is accepted and passed. Okay, B, ordinance 2025-7, general operating and water and sewer budget for fiscal year 25-26. Second reader. So this is the ordinance of the town of Snow Hill approving and adopting the budget and the capital improvement plan for fiscal year 2026. Includes all revenues and expenditures for the period July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. And appropriating said funds and said budget, establishing the levy for said fiscal year. If you go down to section 1, it lists the overall general operating, the general water fund, the sewer fund, the capital projects budget, the general capital for water and for sewer. All those amounts were, same as you guys have discussed in your work sessions. There's hereby levied against all accessible real property and personal property within the corporate limits of the town, a corporate personal property tax rate of $1.82 per $100 assessed value, and a real property tax rate of 0.9375 for $100 assessed value, and these rates remain changed from your prior fiscal year. And Lou, if you have the attachment that goes with it,
Yes.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept ordinance number 2025-7?
I make a motion to accept, ordinance 2025-7.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Hearing not, no opposition, ordinance number 2025-7 is passed. All right, new business. Okay, ordinance number 2025-5, ordinance to correct errors in the official zoning map executed by town officials in 2021. The staff discovered that there was a signed copy of the town zoning map dated March 2021 that incorrectly showed certain properties in the town limits that were actually de-annexed in 2019. So what the staff has gone about doing, you guys know, you talked about this in work session, it's gone through planning commission, is to adopt the correct map officially. That way we have a map that reflects the town, correct signatures, and it reflects that 2019 de-annexation. Okay, this is on the first reader. So do I have a motion to accept ordinance number 2025-5?
I make a motion to accept ordinance 2025-5.
Do I have a second? Question. Can I have discussion if you want after I get a second? Councilperson Lee?
You.
What? You're sorry, plus?
You.
Is that a second?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just remind council, nothing is changing. This is the way the town is zoned now. What was discovered was that someone incorrectly attached a zoning map to your resolution back in 2021.
Say that again.
So the town zoning and the properties that are in the town are not changing. They've been done correctly by a charter amendment. Your corporate boundaries are not changing by this at all, because that's legally be done. If you look in your charter where it lays out the districts, that is all staying the same.
Unfortunately, in 2021, when the zoning map was adopted, someone put a wrong copy attached to it. So a wrong map has been floating around, and to correct that error, we're attaching the correct zoning map. It's a zoning map that the county's been using for us. We need to just have an official signed correct copy so people are not using an incorrect zoning map that shows properties in town that are legally not in town. But nothing is changing in the corporate boundaries of this town.
Does that make a difference of the schools that are not gonna be in that?
They haven't
now.
been, they haven't been in the town legally. This is just your zoning map. This is not anything to do with your corporate boundaries. Your corporate boundaries were changed in 2019 when certain properties were de-annexed.
And this is on the first reading.
There is a serious
I mean,
component to
that's-
this conversation, based on the wrong map being on file. The town has applied for grants covering property that is not in the town limits, that was reflected as in the town limits by the wrong map. And so until we make this correction, there's all kinds of mischief that can happen inadvertently. This simply is a correction of a mistake. Doesn't change the way anything is, or will be. It's a matter of making sure that we have the right map when we go to take applications for
Right.
one thing or another.
Do I have a second?
I'll make a second.
Okay, any further discussion? Any further discussion? Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain, one abstain, Mr. Lee is abstaining. Okay, so ordinance number 2025-5 has been passed
Or first
for
reading.
first reading. Okay, ordinance 2025-8. And this is water and sewer rates and fees as part of the fiscal year 25-26 water and sewer budget. Anything to add on those rates?
So these rates are the rates that were reflected in your budget. So the changes show up on page 2, where out-of-town customers shall pay water charges at 2 times the rate of in-town customers. So I skipped over water rates. Water rates are now, the minimum water rate is $50 per quarter, which is the same. From 0 to 6,000 gallons, and then $9.65 per 1,000 gallons over 6,000. That was your budget. Then if you go down to wastewater use, the minimum sewer rate's now $1.50. And from 0 to 6,000 gallons for 0 to 6,000 gallons, and then $17.10 per 1,000 gallons over 6,000. All properties within town limits shall pay a minimum rate of $1.50. And also out of town rates for wastewater rates change from 1.5 times to 2 times. And this relates to your next ordinance. The capital improvement fee were for some reason in chapter 193, but it really should be in chapter 131. Your staff asked that it be moved to where all the other fees were. So you'll see that capital improvement fee on your 3rd page. So all properties within town limits except vacant land, structure that has no existing water lines, the property shall pay the capital improvement fee of $7.50 per quarter. And that's what you've been charging. I'm getting a nod.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to approve ordinance 2025-8?
I make a motion to approve, 2025-8.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor? Is there any discussion? This is on the first reader.
This goes on budget.
Yes,
Say that.
yes, and it goes on with the budget. It's the first reader. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Ordinance 2025-8 is passed. All right, so anything additional to add for ordinance number 2025-9? You just kind of
No, ma'am, we took it
took it out.
193 and we put it, all the other fees are in 131.
Okay, do I have a motion to, pass ordinance number 2025-9?
I make a motion as ordinance 2025.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Ordinance 2025-9 on the first reader is passed. Okay, thank you very much. Comments from the public?
Nope.
No? Okay, comments from council. We'll start with Councilperson Fletcher. Anything you'd like to announce or comment on?
No, I want to say thanks again to Candace for all of those minutes that she had to put together for this meeting. And very little mistakes. That is great.
That is great.
Very great.
There
Yeah.
were some.
Yes, definitely. Councilperson Lumpkins, anything you'd like to add?
I'd like to say thank you to everyone who came out and voted on May 6th. I appreciate the support.
Yeah. Councilperson Lee.
I want to first thank the staff, going through this budget process. It's the first time that I've done it. I know that I leaned pretty hard on some of them. But I thank you for your tolerance nevertheless. That lady, that gentleman on the end. No, you too. It's not that, you were figuring out people, but they were kind of the point persons so that I dealt with, and I appreciate them. I want to again bring to council and those in the audience's attention to the counties, Worcester County's housing survey. I cannot impress upon you and to staff the value of that survey and what it's going to mean in ultimate decision-making where the county is with their housing program. I'm not at liberty. There's different conversations going on why this supplemental survey is being done. They did their original survey for the comp plan, but when they looked at it and determined the needs from that for housing, they decided to hire or engage a new contractor, have that contractor develop a survey to determine countywide what the residents see as the housing needs for the community. And as I view it and as it's being discussed, there are probably the concerns that affect the extreme northern end of the county. That's primarily the Ocean City area and the business community, what they see their needs for housing. And then there's the centerpiece, primarily the Berlin area and the southern end. We're looking at Poconoke and Snow Hill. The factor that's driving, from my opinion and what I get from the experts in this area, what's driving this issue is the need primarily for what's taking place in Ocean City. Ocean City does not have, the housing capacity to house their workers, particularly in the summertime. And that's what's really driving this issue. They are gonna have to do something. You cannot build houses in the ocean. Okay, you just can't do that. The only place that there is to build housing is on the southern end. Real expansion. Look at landlocked Worcester and where it is. Each of the houses in the central piece and on the southern end, the counties and the residents have to decide for themselves, what do they want to see in their particular areas as housing as this comes to fruition. Not engaging in this survey and not putting your nickel in the quarter when the decisions are finally reached, to a large part, it's going to be what's on paper and who's participated in the survey and what the survey says, because they're going to have to be responsive to people. And if we fail here in Snow Hill to address the issue forthright, no matter where you are on the totem pole, this is not any individual's survey. This is a professional survey that has been paid for and being done by the county. So I have left out there at the, on the desk of signing desk, a flyer that allows you to flip it and go online and take the survey. I want to particularly thank two groups of people that have participated in this. Last week, when I checked, Snow Hill was leading in the survey as it relates to responding. I would certainly hope that we can continue that kind of energy and efforts in this housing survey. I particularly want to thank the Social Action Committee at Mount Zion, who took the lead to get us in that, to position us in that, and how they have worked in the community, going door to door, engaging people. And then I wanted to thank the business community here in Snow Hill. I've gone to each of them personally, and they have allowed me to put these surveys in the places of business and to be supportive of it. So I think that it's an opportunity for us, and I'm not going to go into the challenges that we have faced because it would be inappropriate. But there have been challenges, serious challenges here in Snow Hill for us just trying to do this to serve the people. And so, but we have prevailed in it. So I'm pushing and going to continue to push to the 31st. That's when the survey ends. May 31st is the last day of it. I would hope that staff joins us in that effort. Thank you so very much.
Okay, thank you. I would also like to thank staff. This has been a budget session that has been kind of long at times and tedious, but I think we've all prevailed. I think it's a good budget, and I think it's going to help the citizens of Snow Hill. County commissioners started their budget work sessions also. They're just a little bit behind us. We're a little earlier. And they started today. So if you can call commissioners, email them and tell them that you will support, you want them to support the budget request from Snow Hill, the town of Snow Hill, please feel free to do that. And if you see them around, stop them and tell them that you're in support. I have been calling commissioners and meeting with a few. And, it's gone well. I think, that they are very happy that we are local as much as we are, because that helps. Dancing Under the Stars, 7 p.m. on Saturday. We have, the Beatles band, Fab 1 or 2,
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4. And we're gonna have some movies this year too, right?
That will start, we'll alternate Dancing Under the Stars with Cinema Under the Stars. So our first movie date, is June, whatever that third Saturday is.
Okay, okay, that sounds great. Good, glad to hear it. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.